Okay, welcome back to the latest installment of what's going on in Southeast Asia. Got some pretty trippy stuff to look at. Again, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more articles and videos and stuff at the Facebook page. The link is there in the top comment and also in the description. So let's see what's going on today. Okay, now this has not been on my top list of things to do anyway, and it's off the list now. You may have seen this. You go out to different places and, everywhere, Philippines, Thailand, whatever. They got these little fish that are in an aquarium type thing, and you put your feet in there, and then they nibble away at all the dead skin, and, most of the time it works out okay. However, what we're going to see now is that, oh man, well, I'll just play the video here. It's pretty gross.
Is that her face in a foot spa? This is a foot spa, and this is how you go from feet like this to this. Meet Victoria, who went to a fish spa, which is when these fish eat the dead skin off of you because they're starved and they have nothing else to eat. Problem is that you can clean the water in the tank, but you can't clean the actual fish in between clients, so they transmit infection from one person to another. And
So yeah, so you get the idea. Even if they're recycling the water constantly or they flush it out every day, the problem is that the bacteria is in the mouth of the fish and probably their saliva and whatever. It's a chance you're going to run. Now, normally these fish, they just kind of nibble at dead skin. But if you've got a cut on your foot, yeah, that's when, like this lady, oh man, check this out, watch.
Victoria contracted a bone-eating infection and lost one toe, and then the other. And then the poor thing lost all of her toes.
Yeah, so, yeah, not on my bucket list. Oh, jeez. Okay, now this guy, he's a buddy of mine says he's from Sweden, listening to some of the things he says and the accent in his English. I'm not going to play the whole thing, I'll skip through it. Essentially, the guy was despondent over something. He's an expat out in Asia, and other people in the hotel complained about all the screaming and stuff. So apparently he was despondent. We don't know over what. Figured getting really drunk would somehow help. Next thing you know, he's like buck naked out in the lobby and such, or not in the lobby, out in the hallway. They had to transport him from his floor, as you'll see. That was quite a challenge to get him over to the hospital, and then from there to book him at the police station. Yeah, he just starts ranting everything. And what made this so difficult, I mean, you'll see, it took like about 10, 12 people to handle him, not only because he was drunk, but yeah, he's had quite a few hamburgers. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Again, I'll skip through it because it's a bit long. I think it's about 6 minutes. But you can see the whole thing, again, at the Facebook page. Oh, he's hating life. Oh, yeah. So then this is Philippines. So then the police show up. And fortunately, he's got his Speedos on. So I guess this is still in his apartment. Um, yeah, this is not the time to be doing dishes. Uh, he can explain. Okay, now they're out in the hallway. So skip forward. There's a bit more screaming. He's standing again. So now they're going to make it clear to him, hands against the wall. You're coming with us. They made it clear he's going to jail. And then he's like, I just want to die. Just kill me now. Now here they got him on his side, and they figure the only way they're going to get him out of the hotel is to put him on, that thing, the luggage rack. Everybody else is like, oh man. Kudos to them, though. I mean, it's a good idea. How else are you going to move this guy? Look at this. You got PNP, you got security. Pretty soon there's going to be EMTs involved. So they get him downstairs. I'm not really good at estimates. Maybe you guys are. I'm thinking 350 pounds, roughly 150 kilos thereabouts. I mean, look at all these people it takes to get them in the van. It's like, okay, well, let's just spill them out of this thing first, and then we'll deal with that. Maybe we can get them sitting up. Okay, this is what I don't get with people that get arrested. Uh, they start telling the police what to do. I mean, you really think that because he says, let me go, the next thing that's going to happen is the police are going to go, oh, you want us to let you go? Well, we're sorry. Here, let's get these handcuffs off. Okay, we're going to go back to the station. You're free to go because you don't want us arresting you. That's not how it works. And you see it all the time with these people that get arrested, and then they're like, "I don't want to talk to you. Go away. Leave me alone." No, no, you don't tell the cops what's going to happen. They're going to tell you legally, pretty much what your options are. So here now they've got the ambulance, and I'm sure these guys are thinking, how are we going to get him on? And the way they got him on there was by putting a sheet under him and having a whole bunch of guys lift him up. So, who knows what he was despondent about? Maybe his girlfriend broke up with him. That's usually the most likely reason. I guess the lesson here to be learned is obviously he has some medical issues going on. And when you're in that kind of a state, getting drunk overseas is not a good idea. I'm sure when he gets of a sober mind, he's going to wonder, where the hell is he? What did he do? What did he say? Did he kill anybody? Is he going to jail? I mean, that's not how you want to spend your retirement. I mean, just my personal opinion. I think he should go back to his country, have a salad, and just try to reset his life priorities. Well, as anybody who's known me for a long time, I've just always thought it would be really cool to have a monkey. Now, when I was younger and I didn't know anything, I thought, oh, well, of course, everybody wants a chimp. But no, they become juveniles. They need to be in tribes. They get very violent. They'll rip your face off and then throw it against the wall. So then it was like I did more research, and it was like, okay, well, a capuchin monkey, like the one that used to be on Friends, the capuchin monkeys, they're pretty cool. They're not like the bigger ones that you see all over Thailand and stuff. These are little small ones. They're like 12 inches, 14 inches tall, kind of gentle, whatever. I'm sure they can bite. They need to be trained. But I just don't think it's in the cards for me to have a monkey. Well, this suitcase here, apparently these guys thought, hey, there's big money in monkeys. Let's sneak some monkeys onto the airplane in the luggage. Now, what were they thinking? I mean, how's this monkey gonna? Actually, I think they have more than one monkey.
This is the moment an airport scan
In a
exposed
Tupperware.
an alleged attempt to smuggle live monkeys out of Thailand.
Now, as I'm watching
Wildlife
this,
officials say the
I'm
protected
thinking,
animals were hidden
if
in
they
luggage
take the lid off
and
of
could have
that
been trafficked
and
overseas.
monkeys start running in every direction, good luck putting them back into that thing. So, fortunately, they thought of that too. And they're like, yeah, let's just keep the lid on.
The monkeys were being smuggled to Mumbai in India, but they have now been taken into care.
So cool. So the monkeys are going to be okay, and I'm assuming this guy's going to get busted for smuggling live animals on an airplane. Well, it seems to not fail so far. In the last 3 episodes, I believe we've had a monk going amok. Here we've got a monk. I don't know what his gripe is. It doesn't say, but he's got a knife, and he's facing off with a couple of the cops. He's pissed off about something, and they're going to have to teach him that this is not very good monkish behavior.
This is the moment a Buddhist monk clashed with police during a violent outburst at a temple in northeast Thailand. Officers eventually restrained and arrested him
There
after
you
a
go.
intense standoff that shocked worshippers and locals alike.
Okay, you know what you didn't see and didn't happen is this monk pulling off some martial arts moves. I mean, in Kung Fu, Kane would have had these guys all laid out. He'd have been putting his heel into the side of their heads and knocking them flying all over the place. I don't know. This monk doesn't seem to know any of that stuff. To me, a really good monk that really knows his kung fu wouldn't even need the knife. Kane just needed a stick, and he'd beat up 3 or 4 cowboys without building up a sweat. But not this guy. Okay, so now we got this guy. Apparently he's an Indian vlogger. I don't recognize him. I don't really follow Indian vloggers much. But apparently he had a pen pal, long distance relationship with this, I believe, an Indonesian woman. And now I'm just trying to pick up what I can from this photo. It's just a photo. If he's talking into the phone, I'm guessing that he doesn't know English, or he doesn't know whatever they speak in Indonesia. I don't even know. Maybe one of you guys knows. What's the official language of Indonesia? And she doesn't speak his language, so maybe this whole time they've been just Google Translate, doing this conversation long distance. And so he shows up, flies in, and thinks, oh, wow, this is going so great. And this is a perfect example of what I've said before about long-distance relationships, LDRs. There's so much you don't know, and it's so easy to fill in the gaps with what you want to believe. And apparently that's what this guy did, was here he is having some good conversation with this really attractive Indonesian woman. I believe she's Indonesian. And in his mind, he's filled in the gaps. She's his soulmate. She must love him because she answers his PMs and video chats with him. So he thinks it'll be a great idea to show up and propose marriage. And you can tell by the expression on her face, she's looking at him like, dude, what's wrong with you? You're my pen pal. You're my video pen pal. Yeah, this is what happens. You just got to work with reality, not filling in the blanks on stuff that you don't know from thousands of miles away. And sadly, once again, motorcycle issue. As you can see here in the lower right, young guy out traveling Southeast Asia, having a great time on a motorcycle. And let me see what it says here on the article. This is, let's see, out in Bangkok. Family and friends of a 23-year-old British man who has been left in a coma after a serious motorbike collision while traveling in Koh Samui. Again, I know I'm not good at pronouncing these. Are urgently raising funds to help save his life and bring him home. The guy's name is Tiger Dugan from Milton Keynes. I don't know where that's at. Australia? I don't know. Was critically injured in the crash and remains unconscious on life support after being resuscitated at the scene. Local hospitals were unable to provide the specialist care that he needs, prompting an emergency transfer to Bangkok. Despite having travel insurance, the family say delays in approval mean costs are rapidly escalating. Colleagues of Tiger's mother and neonatal nurse have set up an online fundraising appeal. They've raised more than £77,000 to help cover the hospital bills. So basically, no matter what, it's a hard pill to swallow to get even just sick, let alone injured overseas. And so whether you're going to self-insure because you have the cash available, set aside in the bank, maybe 10 to 30,000 US dollars or equivalent. Because the good news is that healthcare overseas is a lot cheaper than it is, say, in America. But having just $1,000 or $2,000 in the bank is not going to cover it. So if you don't have a large amount of savings to self-insure, then really the smart thing to do that few people actually do is to get some expat health insurance, for situations like this. Now, meanwhile, this was posted by my buddy Chris. In fact, I just had lunch with him yesterday because let's just say he's had his fill of the Philippines after 2 years. And after doing a bit of research, he's decided that Vietnam would be a better fit for him because he's more into, kind of like, meditation and just a lot of things that are cohesive with Vietnam culture. So after, checking out and doing his research and all that, he decided that Da Nang is the place for him. He's also checking out, I believe, Hoi An. But very popular right now with the what do they call them, the digital nomads. Now, if you're looking to live along the beach, that's where everybody else wants to be, and that's where the rents are going to be higher. So if you're willing to live, say, a mile inland or even any of the smaller cities, then you can save yourself on some rent and still, with a small bus ride, get to enjoy all the beaches and stuff that are right there in Da Nang. So just wanted to share that with you as who knows, maybe that's a better fit for you than the Philippines or Thailand. Now, finally, we'll wrap up with this guy. I'll play the video here in a second. It's almost like it's expected for a lot of guys. It's like, hey, I'm going to Southeast Asia. Where are you going? I'm going to Thailand or whatever. What are you going to do? Oh, I'm going to find where all the foreigners hang out and get plastered drunk. Now, let's take a look at this guy and see how that worked out for him. I mean, that's not just a little drunk. That's more like, I feel so good. Oh, this asphalt is so comfortable. How come I don't sleep on asphalt every night? Oh, it feels so good. Oh, you want me to stand up? Okay, yeah, I'm good. I got it. My head hurts. Now, he's got his backpack here. I would not be surprised if he's out here on the town getting hammered and he's got his passport, probably his only banking cards and some cash. And he was like, oh, I don't want to leave that in the hotel. Somebody might steal it. Well, if these two guys weren't here, I don't know if they're buddies of his or what, but, he could have just as easily taken a nap till morning and woke up and all his stuff is gone. Like this guy, he could have just walked off with the backpack. This is, it might make for a great story to tell later, but this is not a smart idea. Okay, catch up with you guys later. Bye-bye.